Welcome back to the Peak Performance Guitar Channel. I am Dean Kay. Let's get started. Today we're going to learn some stretches. One of the biggest challenges we have with our hands when we first start playing guitar is they don't want to, it's hard, sometimes it's hard to reach things for a lot of people. Almost everybody when you first begin. So the first thing we're going to learn is how to stretch our fingers. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a light fist. You're not going to squeeze real tight. You're just going to make a light fist with your strumming hand. My strumming hand is my right hand, so I'm going to make a light fist, just keep it loose, right? And we're going to put it in between fingers 1 and 2 on our fretting hand, and we're going to push it in there. You want to keep the fingers straight like this. You don't want to be doing this stuff, right? If you do that, it doesn't do anything. Well, anybody can put their fist in there and nothing happens. So what we're going to do is keep our fingers straight and a light fist and put it in between our fingers. And just enough to where it starts to stretch in here and it feels good. We never want it to hurt. This is not about hurting ourselves. This is not about pushing our limits, all of that stuff, because the bottom line is you tear this and you're not going to be able to play for a few days and it'll make a grown man cry. I mean, that stuff hurts. You don't want to be tearing that and you don't want to hurt yourself. We're doing this because we believe that guitar playing is fun and we just want to become a better guitar player. So a light fist, put it in here, and just enough to feel good. Like in the morning when you wake up and you stretch and it feels good, that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for strain. We're not looking for pain. If it starts to hurt, you need to back off. That's the bottom line. Just pull your thumb out, pull your fist out a little bit. All right? So we're going to keep it in there for about 15 seconds. And after 15 seconds, we're going to tighten our fist. And when we tighten our fist, I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. When you tighten your fist, it puts a little extra stretch in there. And that's fine once you already have stretched it a little bit, right? And then you hold it for probably another 15 seconds. Just get a nice good stretch. And again, it should feel good, it should not hurt, okay? Keep those fingers straight, all right? Let's pull it back out. Now we want to loosen this fist again, right? Because we're going to start in between fingers 2 and 3, loose fist, just far enough to feel it stretch and have it feel good, like when we stretch in the morning when we wake up. Okay? And for about 15 seconds, we're going to hold it. After 15 seconds, tighten that fist, and you can see the stretch gets better. Okay? It gets bigger. And again, this should not hurt. We want this to feel good. We're never looking for pain. This is not a place where we're looking to push the limits. This is a place where we are all we're trying to do is make stretching to reach certain frets and certain strings a little easier on our hands. That's all we're doing. Giving ourselves more options as we learn how to play. All right? Okay. Now, in between fingers 3 and 4, we're going to do it again. Put it in there. And you notice on my hand, and I've noticed a lot of people's hands, you can get a much bigger stretch here than you can here. And if you look, the space in between fingers 3 and 4 and the space in between fingers 1 and 2 is usually much bigger than the space in between fingers 2 and 3. I don't know why that is, but that's the case. Okay? So we get it in there, we get a nice stretch with a loose fist here. We hold it for about 15 seconds. And we tighten our fist again to get a bigger stretch again. Okay? 15 seconds again. There we go. Now, a good time to do these stretches is after you've done the tennis balls exercise and after you've done a few finger exercises that we've covered in earlier lessons. So if you haven't watched those, go back and look for the tennis ball lesson and finger exercises. Finger exercise 1, 3, 2, 4 is probably the only one that's up right now, but eventually there's going to be a ton of finger exercises up. And the reason you want to do the tennis ball exercise and the finger exercises before you do the stretches is because your muscles are like a sponge. And if you ever try to stretch like a kitchen sponge or a bathroom sponge when it's dry, it'll just tear it and flake off. It's not good. But if you get it wet, you can stretch it. And our muscles are the same way. So we get blood flowing to the muscles before we do these stretches, and it works out way better. It feels much better, and it's much better for your body. So those are the fist stretches for your fingers. Thank you for joining me on the Peak Performance Guitar channel. I am Dean K. Please subscribe so you get notifications every time a new lesson comes out. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Until then, have fun, make music.